Today is another decluttering and organization video for my house that some may think is a lost cause, but I'm going to give myself some credit. This is my 5th decluttering video now, and I am working through this clutter. I'm starting to have fun with it because after I declutter then organize a space, it's actually a usable, enjoyable space that makes me happy. So I'm going to continue working through my home today, and today's focus is my kids' toy room. It was already a mess, and then add on the toys that they got for Christmas, and I mean, it just looks like a tornado tore through my house. So I gotta channel my inner Marie Kondo and do some KonMari inspired decluttering, which for me is my made up lazier version called the KonMai method. I'm never going to be as perfect as Marie, and that is okay. I just need to do something that works for me because leaving it like this is not working. The KonMari method wants you to declutter by category, and I've been working through my house, and we are in the kimono portion of the decluttering, which is just miscellaneous stuff. And I realized I got a lot of miscellaneous stuff in my house, so we've been breaking it down into subcategories, and the subcategory of just all my kids' toys and crap is the focus of today. So let's get started by putting everything into a giant pile in the middle of the room, which shouldn't be too hard at this point because my kids basically did half of the work for me. But let's get everything out of all the rooms, empty the rest of the bins, and just put it all into one pile in this main space so that we can see what we're working with. What is the point of like the little dust cover that goes over hard-covered books? I need to start just taking them off in advance before my kids get to them because they always end up taking them off and ripping them. It's a waste of paper. Just give us the hardcover book. Dust covers. I don't see the point. Okay, this room is cleared out of toys. The hallway's clear of toys. We just have one more room. Got a huge pile of toys. That's like a whole ottoman thing full there. Can't even get the whole thing like in one shot together, I don't think. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna work through this because this is a very large pile. Okay, so I have 4 baskets. We have 1 basket for keep items. Toys are so bulky, I'm probably gonna have to put some of the keep items just away right away as I go through it. And then we have a 2nd basket for donate items, a 3rd basket for items I'm going to give away to like friends who have slightly younger kids than me who may want the toys. And then I have, I don't know, I'll figure out what that 4th bin is. I'm sure I will find good use out of it. And then I still have trash bags because there's just literal trash lying around in here. Okay, there's so much stuff here. There's certain items like these Picasso tiles. I am just gonna set to the side right now because I know this is a keep. Whew, I'm getting really sweaty. Another thing I know we're going to keep are these train tracks. I have another bin of bristle blocks. I know these are keeps. I'm just moving these out of the giant pile. Now for the fun part. Queen Marie wants us to go through each item, pick them up one at a time, and ponder if it sparks joy. And if it does, it's a keep. And if not, I strongly suggest you part with it. But this is the KonMai method. And all these toys, like obviously none of them are mine. They don't necessarily spark joy in me. What I am mainly looking at is it an age appropriate toy for my kids? I have a 2-year-old and 4-year-old twins. So if there's like a random baby item in here or teethers, whatever, obviously we don't need those anymore. So those will be donated or given away. And the other thing I am taking into consideration is, will my kids even care if it disappears, or really, will they even notice if it disappears? For example, the magnet tiles that I already stuck back here because I know they're a toy that my kids play with every single day. If I got rid of those, like the moment my kids came home, they would be asking me, where are my magnet tiles? And they would be distraught if they knew I got rid of it. So the magnet tiles or Picasso tiles, I got like a cheaper, similar for less version on Amazon. I'll have it linked below, but those are a definite keep. But this wolf plushie, I'm pretty sure if it just disappeared overnight and they woke up and never saw shot again, it would literally affect them zero. They would not even notice, and thus they would not even care. So this is going into the donate bin. I don't know why my husband has this thing where he buys lots of chairs for our children. Like he bought the white rocking chair that you saw earlier. He got each of the boys like these orange stools. I don't know what he thinks we need all these chairs for. Like, our boys are very active. It's not like they want to sit all the time. I know we're going to keep these ones for sure. The orange ones, I'm questioning what the purpose is. They might be donate items. This is too big for a keep bin, so I'm just gonna set it to the side with our nice white rocking chair because I know these are keeps. And then I'm going to set these orange ones by my stairs. I have a feeling they're donate. This is a donate. I had to bring. That's gonna happen an annoying amount of times. I think what I'm going to do, I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with some of these very large items because they're making the pile overwhelmingly huge. Maybe once I get all the really big items out of the way, the pile will feel more manageable to me. So this is a donate item. I haven't seen my kids really use this for anything, and I don't even know how long. All right, this is another thing. I don't even know where the top is for this. Where is the top? Oh, it's over yonder. This is like a little tool stand that we got used, and it came with tools when we got it, but just over the last year, I don't know what my boys are doing with it, but we've lost every single tool to this. And since we don't have any tools, this is just sat in one of my boys' rooms for months now with zero purpose. So I don't even really know if I can donate this because I don't know who's gonna take a broken tool stand with no tools. So actually that brings me to another question. I Googled, like right before I started this, how to recycle broken plastic toys. It wasn't easy to find how you can recycle them. Like all I saw is that you can't like recycle plastic broken toys with plastic bottles and stuff like that, because I guess it could be a different type of plastic. So if you know how to recycle broken plastic toys, please let me know in the comments below. You guys always seem to know so much about how to properly recycle things, and this is a large piece of plastic, so I would hate to just trash it, you know? Okay, this is going by the stairs. I'm like falling. This is dangerous, and I lost a slipper now. Lost a slipper. It's somewhere, it's over there. I'm just letting it go. My husband has this shopping addiction. If you think I like to shop, my husband really likes to shop, and it's a problem because he buys the most useless things sometimes thinking it'll be useful. Anyways, he bought these weird little boyfriend pillows and no one uses them. I'm gonna set these Love Every boxes to the side because I know my kids probably have rogue missing pieces somewhere in this pile, but I do like my Love Every boxes. But I have a more extensive review. This isn't sponsored in any way, but I have a more extensive review on Love Every boxes if it's something you've pondered getting. They are very expensive, but my thought is if you are starting off as more of a minimalist than I did, because clearly I'm started off as a hoarder and I'm trying to go more minimal. But if you're starting out with zero toys, you don't have any friends or family with kids slightly older than your kids that can give you their old toys, I think Love Every is something to consider. Just because everything fits in these nice boxes, it lets you know exactly like the age range the toy kit is for. Once they've grown out of the toy kit, you can pack the toys back in the box, store it easily, and then if you have more kids or want to give it away to someone, everything is in one easy box kit together. I do have an affiliate link. I might have an affiliate like discount code. If I do, I'll leave that down below. Okay, I'm concerned this little chair is gonna break because it's kind of starting to like get a little wobbly. It's not as big of a pile anymore, so I feel fine moving to the floor. I'm just gonna empty these bins, move them to the side. That's a lot. So much crap. All the Pokemon stuff, anything Pokemon is a keep. I know I got it angled down. I'm gonna lay here and talk to you guys real quick. Let's get comfortable on all these toys. I know in a previous decluttering video, I said that I didn't want to declutter my kids' books because I want them to actually read, but I feel like we have an overwhelming amount of books and it's hard for them to even find the books that they actually like. All right, I'm laying on something and it keeps playing music. As I was saying, there's certain books in here that my kids just never reach for. They're just not interested in. So I'm going to donate those books. If my kids have not reached for a specific book in at least a year, I feel like they're definitely never going to reach for it again in the rest of their life. So those books can go away. This is the donate bin for books and this is the keep bin for books. This should not be with all the kids' stuff. This was a really funny gift that someone gave me, but I feel like at this point, I'm maybe gonna just give it to a friend or donate. If you are a mom dealing with a toddler who is having issues with biting or hitting, my twins had major issues with biting and hitting for a little bit. Mainly they would bite and hit each other, but I highly recommend this series of books. It's like books about behavior, but we have Teeth Are Not for Biting, Hands Are Not for Hitting, and they have a whole bunch of other ones. Diapers Are Not Forever, Feet Are Not for Kicking. They have about 10 of these types of behavior books. But we would read these every single night to our boys when they were in their biting, hitting phase, and they don't really bite or hit anymore. So that's good. And we also got books about feelings to help them work through their anger when they were going through that phase as well. But I'm still gonna keep these just in case my youngest gets into that habit. Fortunately, he has not picked up that habit at all, but he's only 2, so who knows, he could pick it up from someone. Keeping it just in case, because those are amazing books. My kids have zero interest in this book, but I'm still gonna keep it because it just tears at my heartstrings. If you ever need a good cry, just read this book. You'll be in shambles by the end. The Office children's book. I'm keeping this book because I'm a big fan of The Office, but truthfully, my kids have zero interest in me reading this book to them, unfortunately. Oh, kind of in the Office realm too, the book with no pictures by BJ Novak, who is Ryan from The Office. It seems like a weird book, a weird concept. There's literally no pictures in this book, but if you read it really goofy to your kids, this is my son Everett's favorite book. He wants me to read it every single night. And like he's rolling on the floor laughing when I read it to him. Twin moms, these are some good twin books. I'll have them linked below. My kids don't reach for this anymore, but once upon a time, this was one of their favorite books. There are these polka dot books that have these little bubbles in them. It's a fun intro book for a young toddler because they love popping the little bubbles. Oh my gosh, I am just realizing, I thought the pile that's in front of me was all I had to deal with, but I'm realizing I have a whole bunch of crap like over here, out of frame, that I gotta bring over and go through as well. All right. I'm donating this one specifically because once you have more than one kid, they fight over like menial little things, or what seems menial to us, but I know to them it's a really big deal, like pushing the button on the elevator. Who gets to push it? The problem with this book, it's great when you're reading it to just one kid because they have so much fun lifting the little flaps to see what's under the flap, but as soon as you have more than one kid, it becomes a battle over who gets to lift the flaps. And when you have 3 kids taking turns like for each 3 of them, like they just get too impatient. So I'm donating this to prevent future fights that happen right before bedtime. These are some of my boys' favorite books. We read these a lot. They would be very upset if their butt books disappeared. Oh, and this is one of my favorite books specifically because I have seen a huge improvement in my twins' behavior since getting this book, because It's about this good egg hanging out with all these bad eggs, and he has to leave because it's just too much for him. Now when my boys are starting to act up, I tell them, let's be good eggs, and they, like, for the most part, they straighten out and they decide they want to be good eggs, like the good egg. So I really like this book. It has really improved their rowdy behavior. You know what, I'm taking off the dust cover. I'm throwing it away before my boys can rip it up and put it all over the floor. For the most part, I'm on to just like little things now. Because there's so many little things in here, I'm bringing out the magnetiles, the train tracks, and the bristle block bin, because a lot of those are in this little area, and it's just easier to put it away where it belongs right away. This is the state of things right now. I got just like the massive pile that used to be here, at least in the category it's supposed to be in. There's like crumbs all over the ground. This is everything I'm keeping. We have all the books. We got just a hodgepodge of keep toys there that I need to figure out how I'm going to organize it. We have donate items. A huge basket of donate items here, some larger donate items, and then trash. This was all just literal trash, just sprinkled in with everything. I'm getting rid of these cubes because they have just been used and abused over the last few years. And I am switching out this smaller cube storage with larger size cubes because as you saw, some of the toys get pretty large. As my boys' toys have gotten larger, a lot of these cubes just aren't quite big enough for their toys, and as a result, I don't know if you can tell here, but this thing is literally coming apart from items basically just too big for the unit being put in there. This is unfortunately an item we're just gonna have to get rid of because it's unstable and falling apart. And then the cubes themselves are just disgusting at this point. Like, look at this one. Come on, guys. I always secure furniture to the wall to ensure that it doesn't fall down and hurt anyone, so I'm just removing these from the wall right now so I can replace it with the newer, larger cubes. I'm gonna steal these little things off of here because I have some new furniture that didn't come with these that desperately need them. I gotta move all this donate stuff out of the way so that I can attempt to bring the larger furniture down. This might be dangerous, but I have confidence I can do this. Did it! And I found a rogue toy downstairs. One of the reasons I'm trying to do this and why I brought this toy up here, even though it was downstairs, is I'm trying to have just all the toys up here because what happens so often, as you saw before, my boys just throw everything around. They don't clean it up. I need to get a chore chart set up. Wow, I'm really out of shape. But I want all the toys up here so that we don't have the issue of toys being strewn about downstairs. I want the downstairs to always look clean. And if we have 0 toys downstairs, that's not so hard. Next thing we're gonna do is I can't stand this ugly exposed cord with these, I don't know, zip ties on them. And there's no way for us to like drill into the wall and put the cords through. Not gonna do that. I got this beige covered stick so that it blends into our beige walls, but I'm going to put this over the cords to cover up the ugliness. And then you stick it to the wall, not nearly as much of an eyesore as before. I got this cube storage from Walmart. It's actually really great quality, and I'm reusing the wall attachment from the previous cube storage because it looks better than what came with the Walmart one. And then the cubes I am using are also from Walmart, from the Better Homes and Garden brand. All of it was very affordable. So these are 15 quart / 14 liter Sterilite plastic bins. I got them at Walmart specifically because based on the dimensions, it seemed seemed like they would be an absolute perfect fit to go here. Actually, I'm gonna see if these bristle blocks fit better in here. It like just fits. Perfect. And we don't have that many little Legos yet, but my older boys are starting to get less interested in the Duplo Legos. They still like the Duplo Legos, but if they had their choice, they're starting to really like these little Legos that really hurt your feet when you step on them. But I'm gonna just start a little Lego bin here because our Duplo Legos are way too big for this.
Now I have 2 laundry baskets full of just miscellaneous toys that I need to organize and categorize in the fabric bins over here. I have Pokemon toys, cars, imaginative play or dress-up toys, balls. I have a category and rhyme and reason for each little cube.
Oh, I have to vacuum so bad. Now, if these bins look different than the bins we just were looking at, that is because they are. They are unfortunately different. I originally got all of these cube storage things from Target, and I really liked them. I like the larger storage cubes, as I said before, but when I was looking at buying the 9 cube storage, it looked like Walmart had a better price than Target, and I just assumed they were like going to be the same dimension, which you should never assume because that makes an ass out of you and me, because they are not the exact same dimension. I had my husband put together the whole one that I got from Walmart, and it is really good quality. As you saw, it has that like faux wood finish that I really like. But these ones are 1/4 of an inch wider than the Walmart ones, and then the Walmart ones are 1/4 of an inch longer. So they're the same size, but they're a different shape, which is a problem because if you try to put these ones in the Walmart one, it's not a good fit. But I wasn't gonna take apart the Walmart one and return it and then buy another and then put it together. Like, it was just too much. We're just gonna have slightly different structures, and life is gonna be okay. All right, I have to think through this. I'm thinking through it as I go. Actually, the cars are gonna go in here because the books are gonna go up here. This one I'm giving to a friend because my kids have grown out of it. So really we only have one Love Every box. And then these are Love Every items, so they can just go right there with that. Now we have just like a huge amount of books. I'm gonna try to go from tall to short. And some of these, the ones that I know my boys consistently always want before bed, I'm gonna put to the side. I'm just gonna keep close to their beds. We have so many books. I'm actually going to keep like the shorter ones in here for now. That'll just be our book bin. It's nice to have bins so that when I do have my kids clean up, I can just say throw all the books in the book bin. All right, I'm going to put these into some paper bags so that I can actually donate them nicely. I'm so sweaty. This is the most physical declutter I've done thus far, just because first off, there's so many items. And then secondly, like a lot of the items are pretty big and sizable. And then there's a lot of going up and down the stairs, because actually this is my first declutter on the second level of my house, and man, I am sweating. I am sweating right now. I'm not gonna go work out today. This is my workout for like today and tomorrow. I feel like I just went up and down the stairs like it had to be 1,000 times. I'm so exhausted. All right, let's keep going. Now it's time to start using the magic eraser to get all this crap off the walls. Sneaky little boys hiding markers so that they can color on things when I'm not paying attention. I have a small bowl of water, my magic erasers, and then I have paper towel because I found when I use my magic erasers, there's always a lot that starts dripping down and I don't want it to drip down onto our new carpeting. I have this just to catch any colorful drips that may come down. All right, the orange comes off easily. This black, not wanting to come off all the way. Yeah, the black is not coming off all the way. Any other colors coming off, the black, not so much. Like this orange comes off super easily. If anyone has tips on just how to get off the very slight remainder of this black that the magic eraser just cannot get off, please let me know in the comments below.
Now I'm clearing everything off of the floor so I can do a very thorough vacuum job because this carpeting desperately needs that right now.
Upstairs and it is plumb full. I think this was either on my Instant Pot or my new convection oven, but I thought this was fun. I'm setting it up behind the little kitchenette because it just gives it, you know, real kitchen vibes. Bin is gonna go right in the corner. I'm gonna have their tent set up here as well. I just finished vacuuming this room. It looks really bare, but that's because there used to be another bed in here, but my twins were just like keeping each other up all the time. And so then we tried putting our youngest here and one of the twins in here, and then they kept each other up. So now everyone has their own room. But I have another conundrum, blood on the curtains. Maybe I should have set a trigger warning, but my kids, one of them consistently gets bloody noses. For some reason, instead of going and getting a Kleenex, he decided the curtains were his giant Kleenex.
There are actually 6 curtains hanging here. I wanted blackout curtains, but the ones that had the light airy look that I liked were very expensive. So I got some cheap blackout curtains and then put the sheer of what I wanted the curtains to look like over it so that I could get the look I wanted in blackout for a lot less.
Oh no, the blood's on these ones too. All right, so I'm gonna have to clean all these curtains. I'm gonna spray the stain marks with what I have left in this. Unfortunately, I don't have that much left, but I'm gonna see if it works. I'm gonna spray it onto the blood spots, let it sit for maybe 15 minutes. Then I'm going to run it in my laundry machine. I did buy machine washable curtains, thinking might be good to get machine washable curtains. Didn't think I'd be getting blood on them, but I'm glad I got machine washable. Hopefully the blood comes out. Oh, life is a mom. Life is a mom. You do things like you never thought you would need to do. I never thought I would have to get blood out of my curtains unless like there was a murder in my house. Gosh, there's a lot of blood on this one. I'm using the stain remover color booster. I put in a whole bunch of OxyClean. And now I'm going to put it on heavy duty with the AquaJet and a pre-soak.
Now I'm just focusing on the final touches of tidying up their rooms, making their beds, just organizing the little things we have in their rooms. We used to have a Star Wars comforter for this bed, but my son loves these plushy blankets, so we double them up so that it is enough to keep him warm, anything to help him sleep better at night because he's a light sleeper. Also, I know I'm only showing 2 bedrooms and I have 3 children, but my kids, they were all waking each other up. We had to separate all of them for everyone's sanity, and we don't have 3 bedrooms. So our youngest actually sleeps in the theater room, but he loves it. It's the quietest room in our house, and he likes to sleep and not be woken up by his brothers.
Totally missed that there's still We've had this TV for a while, but I've somehow missed that there is still plastic on this TV. And then I gotta clean it because there's little handprints on it, and then I don't know what that is, some sort of milk.
We made it! Here is a reminder of where we started, but now that everything is decluttered, cleaned up, and organized, here is the after.
Look how clean everything is. We got our little kitchen set up, toys over here. We really only need 2 seats because with my 3 boys, one of them is always like fake cooking and serving the other 2, but I'm still keeping these chairs for when we have like play dates or other little kids over. You can see my little feet print everywhere. This is like pretty plush carpeting. I should have vacuumed last, a lesson for the future, but I don't have time to re-vacuum everything. We have our seating so that we can see the TV nicely. Usually all 3 of my boys like to sit on here, either just the 3 of them or with me. And then my husband likes these bean bags. So I left 1 for him and I'm donating 1. This I probably don't need anymore, but I'm holding on to it. I'm not ready to get rid of it quite yet. Maybe call this a sentimental item that I don't want to get rid of yet. We got their little tent set up and I put like all their little adventure tent toys in here. We got our book bin and then our new cube storage. I'm so excited about this. And actually something I just realized, I'm gonna get 3 more of these containers to put just like some of our other little piece toys in here because look at this. These stack. So I can have 2 of those stacked and it fits perfectly in these Walmart cubes. Then we have some more cars over here, the Love Every stuff, the Legos, and the rip-off Magnetiles. But it's just so much more open. I feel like the kids can actually even just run around up here without landing on anything. And there's his room. Very simple and bare since, you know, his brother moved out. There's nothing I can do about this. This literally like is paint scraped off from when we moved the other bed out of here. So yeah, one of these days we're gonna paint the walls. And I don't know if you guys follow Callie Brand's Forte, but First Coffee here on YouTube. I think her son has the same exact poster. It's like such a random thing to have in a kid's room, but he picked it out. He wants to believe, I guess.
Here is the second bedroom, and since I'm already over here, I wanted to just show you one of the previous closets that I had decluttered. My kids' closet is still looking pretty good and organized. I'm very excited that I've been able to keep it up. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of my other videos. I will have decluttering playlists over the screen as well as some of my other playlists, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
It's a really dreary, dark day today, so it's hard to tell, but almost all the blood came out of the curtains. Like there's some spots where you can faintly see it, but overall, when you back up, like it's so much better than it was before. You really cannot even notice it unless you're trying to look for the stains.